So what's going on? So I wanted to talk to you all about the state of affairs that are going on today in the world. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Looking at the news, looking at what we see, it's pretty crazy out there. And I just wanted to say, my thoughts on society, my thoughts on current events. First off, I want to say that who we have in the White House is crazy, but that's another story. But looking at just people today. I think people today, I don't know what's going on with people sometimes. I think sometimes people are really losing their minds. If you just look at what's going on, I think it's probably just too much social media, too much TV, and too much texting. And I've been guilty of it too. But I kind of had to kind of just push back a little bit and kind of get away from all the social media and TV because it's just not good. I think it affects the way we think and affects the way we act and the way we feel. It totally does. For instance, I was looking at the way people think, and they pretty much get all their information from TV. Even if it's fake news, we all know that if it's YouTube or whatever it may be on social media, even TV and the news, it's not always true. But that's how they get their news. And these people, some of us, think that this is okay, and it's not okay. We need to kind of really push back and develop our own thoughts and our own opinions about things and kind of do our own research and not take everything at face value and think it's true. Even CNN or Fox, whatever. I mean, you need to stop letting people develop your own opinions for you and think for you. We see this with people who stereotype people. They listen to something on TV and they make an opinion about a whole group of people who probably they don't even know. That to me just doesn't make sense. And it's because they get their information from TV or the internet. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, how ignorant can you be? I mean, if you call yourself intelligent, if you call yourself someone who has a mind of their own, then why would you let someone else think for you? That doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. You see people who proclaim to be intelligent. They say they went to Ivy League schools or they work in these great corporations or they're really smart people. But yet you believe in the stereotypes that have been portrayed or shown to you on TV or the movies. It's crazy. It's just sad. And that aside, I think way too many people, and me included to a point, I was looking at too much social media. We need to stop the social media. We need to stop too much. It's really isolating ourselves. And it kind of gives you a false reality because it's just fantasy, all this stuff. You see guys on Instagram all day long, and likewise women too on Instagram. And this is how they get their sense of worth by looking at Facebook. I mean, looking at Instagram. How many followers you have. This is how they get their sense of worth. And these people, they're not your friends. It's a waste of time. And that's why people are so depressed, they're so anxious, they're so afraid because they don't even live in the moment. They don't live in reality. And it's too bad. Because I see people all the time, they're missing out on life's opportunities because they're not even really present. They're like zombies. I used to live in New York, for example. So when you live in a large city, and if you live in a small town, it's different. But in a large city, New York, LA, Chicago, these other large cities across the country, most people are just, man, it's almost like they're soulless now. They walk around with their phone in their hand. They ignore what's going on around them. As a matter of fact, one time I was walking down the street, a busy street in New York, and this girl was looking at her cell phone. She was on the sidewalk, walking with her head down the whole time. And she walked right into a crosswalk when the light was green for the oncoming traffic. She almost got killed. The car slammed on its brakes and beat the horn at her. And she looked up like nothing even happened. It kept going. She could have been killed. This is 'cause so many people are so engaged in their own world, and they don't even pay attention to what's around them. You can't even really even talk to people sometimes. You know, it's crazy. Like you can't even have a conversation with people because they'd rather be on their social media app, or they're taking selfies everywhere. It's crazy. You see people on the road, and the way they drive, they're on their phones, they're texting, they're talking. Like it's just crazy. You know, I think what we need to do collectively, we need to kind of push back from so much TV, push back from so much social media, and kind of get in tune to what's going on around us and be more self-aware. And by doing so, I think a lot of us will probably feel less depressed, less anxious. You know, we'll probably have less fear because now we're engaging people instead of just judging people. We're engaging them and talking to them, and we'll see that, oh, that was just a false reality. And if I talk to this person, they're really just like me. They're cool. But yeah, that's what we need to do because TV, it's not good. All it's doing is programming the way you think and the way you act, and it's making you feel a certain way. So that's what I would say. Push back a little bit from that TV, get into reality, forge some relationships, and stay woke. All right, peace.